have you ever heard the argument, yeah, but look at all the benchmarks these AI systems pass? They pass so many benchmarks. The benchmarks are like they're so crazy, they're so wild. These things are kicking ass and taking names. Here's the problem with the benchmarks. So we're going to go into just a tiny little bit into the scientific study. When it comes to benchmarks with regards to software engineering and LLMs, these software engineering benchmarks are complete and utter horse crap. Nope. No, let's make it bigger. Elephant crap. Okay, because it's even bigger than that. It's not horse crap size, it's elephant crap size. Scientific study by Purdue University and Microsoft, 27th of June, 2025. The software engineering benchmark illusion when state-of-the-art LLMs remember instead of reason. Do you know what they discovered in here? They discovered that when you ask an LLM to solve a problem without giving it any context about your file or the files, I apologize, or about the code base, if you present a problem and you ask it to solve it, it will simply remember and just from memory, remember where the problem originated from. 76% of LLMs have an accuracy in identifying buggy file paths because they remembered seeing it before, not because they reasoned on it and came to a conclusion. Which means you can get an answer to your problem without it ever looking at your code base. This is a huge problem because it undermines the entirety of the software engineering benchmarks that these systems rely on to state how good they are. When you take away that fact and you start to actually apply more context so that the LLM now has the ability to actually look at your code, that accuracy rates drop to 53% on the high end. That's on the high end. And you can see how they did it. Again, you can just go look through the study here, the way that they structured their prompts and stuff. I did read this too. Nothing particularly, a deep in here that I want to bring out, except for that when you ask the LLM to try and figure out a problem, it relies on its memory, it relies on training data, it relies on problems that have already been solved that it's seen before. And what this does tell me is that, first of all, the entire benchmark system around these models is overfitted. LLMs are overfitted to pass the benchmarks, so they're tuned and tweaked so that they pass all the questions that a benchmark will tell them. Second, they only pass because they remember, or for the most part. I mean, a 50% on the high end success rate is abysmal numbers, right? So they rely on memory. And third of all, how does this affect other benchmarks that are not software engineering based? What about the other benchmarks? How much does it remember out of like the Math Olympiad stuff that I have lined up that we haven't gone over yet? I'm just kind of waiting on some stuff to come out from it. But math, medical stuff, I don't know, summarizing books, or things like this, right? How much of it is a reliance on memory as opposed to actual reasoning? Hey, hot tip. There is no reasoning. It's all memory. That's all it is. These things can't reason for you. They can't actually solve problems. They just have to accept already solved problems and then regurgitate them to you.